Make it happen.
Know Me Yet Podcast Network.
Hey, you are tuned in to Two Gems and a Mic with hosts Tanisha the Diva Mahomes and Linda L.D. Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Gems and a Mic. I'm your girl LD along with my girl, the Diva. What's up?
Hey, how y'all doing up in here?
All right. I don't even know why we call him a guest, because he ain't no guest, but our boy, Darren Smith. What's up, Darren?
First of all, people could hear the conversations in our language before we even hit the record button.
Exactly.
Off the chain.
You said what now?
I said
if
the audience could actually hear our conversations in our language before we hit the record button.
You gotta clean it up. We gotta act like professionals, right?
I know. Hold on. They're like, how come we can't get that part and that content as well?
I'm gonna start clipping that stuff and clean it up a little bit and let people see, the real you. Your authentic. I'm all about being my authentic self.
Dude, if I was my authentic self, I wouldn't be able to go back into the Mahomes household.
Right. Well, see, I got my grandson in the other room. I can't be but so authentic today. Man. You know what I'm saying? I got to be authentic, Nana. And
well, they heard our conversations. Pat be on the phone with Brad G. Like, Brad, we might need you to pull Darren's credentials. He off the chain up in this place.
Oh yeah, they don't want.
How's it been going, Darren?
Oh, it's going well. I'm watching the Chiefs on the NFL Network win another Super Bowl. I mean, so it's like every time we play the 49ers, it's a Super Bowl victory. So,
all right, that's good.
This was, of course, the one from this past year where I'm trying to find myself up in the press box. But yeah, it's always good to rehash it. No, and actually, real quickly, it's the funny thing that because I'm at the games, I never get a chance to actually watch the game and watch the replay. And so I think the first time I saw the Chiefs win the 2019-2020 Super Bowl, I think it was later in July or August of that year, of COVID year, because I'd never got a chance to watch it because, it just one of those things where, get home and a sporting event is hard to watch a replay because you already know the results. So it's just, whether they won. And, I think I've never seen the Super Bowl that they lost to Tampa. I was there. So it was like, I didn't want to see that again.
You didn't want to see it.
I thought about all the money I lost that day betting on the Chiefs.
Like, you should have talked to me earlier.
No,
I could have saved you some problems.
Look, it was free money, but it was still money nonetheless. It was just one of those things where if I had any inkling that the Chiefs weren't going to score any touchdowns, I'd have made a killing. So, but the fact that they only scored 3 field goals is like
you and a whole bunch of other folks.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna let's jump in. We always talk about some betting or whatever. Let's jump in because I'm digging, and I know you are because I've seen you post some stuff. I'm really digging what's going on with this WNBA season. It's a lot going on. There's some teams in there. I guess I want to say who's surprising y'all as far as teams. We're gonna get the players. Who's surprising you, if anybody, as far as teams?
Who do you want to start?
You're a guest.
Damn guess.
I know, right? I'd say Las Vegas. I'd say Las Vegas surprised me just because of how they started the season. I know by them getting Chelsea Gray back, they've I think they had won 5 or 6 in a row before their loss to Los Angeles Friday evening. So
it was 6 in a row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think just in how the manner in which they started, knowing that you got 4 Olympians on that team, and I would also say Phoenix. I think Phoenix is a little surprising to me with their record. Of course, Brittany Griner came back a little bit late into the season. So those are the 2 surprising where I thought would be better. New York and Connecticut, those 2 teams they've been pretty consistent. Minnesota as well, and I say Minnesota because I was shocked that Minnesota beat New York for the Commissioner's Cup. But obviously, if the playoffs were to start today, you'd see both Chicago and Indiana, getting the 7th and 8th seed. So those have been some
took New York today. That was a good game. We'll get to the players, but Minnesota, I wouldn't say it's surprising. They're playing better than expected. Seattle started off a little, and they're playing good. So to me, I'm always gonna go with the Aces just because they got Asia, right? So, but anybody, I mean, like last night they lost to LA. LA kind of got, Camby plays, De'Erica Camby plays her best game. Hamby,
all the
excuse me. I
time.
said Camby. Hamby
I
plays
know.
her best game when she plays against Vegas for whatever that little rift was that happened there. She goes out and really plays. She played last night. But I'm with you on those teams. I'm liking what I see. I'm here locally in DC, so a little disappointed with Washington. Not disappointed in the way that they're playing, just disappointed that they have so many injuries.
That's what I was about to say. It's injury related, though. I think they play hard. They go out there and they give, to me, that's a team that if they weren't injured, I would be like, wait a minute. The way
Yeah.
they managed to stay in the game with the injuries that they have, I mean, I like the Mystics, but the team that I'm going to say the Indiana is surprising to me because I don't know. When you have them one pick, I expect you to suck. I expect you to really suck.
Well, they did to start the
Good
season
at
off.
all. And but they were also playing back to back to back to back to back to back games.
That wasn't,
And
so was everybody
hold
else.
on.
So that wasn't no excuse.
Oh, just jump right in. So literally,
I will.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Jump right on in. But I like that for a team to be, under that type of spotlight. I see that they are sort of getting together, and I hate to say this because I know you're a coach, Linda. But if they had a better coach, I think they'd be even a little bit more dangerous.
I'm not gonna blame it on the coach, and everybody wants to blame it on the coach. And I'm glad you brought that up. They had to gel. There were a lot of people that had to gel, and she had to figure it out. And she had to figure out, I got Caitlin Clark. I got all this on me. They just beat New York with the same coach that was losing the games before. You know why? Because players are starting to understand what they need to do. Caitlin Clark realizes, I ain't got to score 30 points a game because I got Boston, I got Samuelson, and I got Mitchell.
Yeah, but she also needs to know that if her teammates ain't play well, then she has to be a little bit more aggressive as well.
That too, she does have. She is.
She's taking. It's a learning curve.
To take those shots, but she had a triple double today. She had triple double.
Okay.
I'm saying, I'm going back to her. Boston is playing way better than she was. Boston was 10.
Yeah. No.
So as a team,
I agree. Boston.
Gelling.
Boston to start the season off, she was real inconsistent, couldn't handle Caitlin's pass and stuff like that. Now she's playing a lot more loose. Now she's
I ain't gonna say she couldn't handle the passes. I am.
But what I'm saying,
I'm gonna say it.
But what I'm
saying,
ain't
watch her play in college.
I watched them balls pop off her hand.
I didn't watch her play. Of course, I watched her play in college.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Tanisha. The girl got good hands, so it wasn't that.
She may have great hands,
she
wasn't ready for them passes.
That wasn't that. They were not gelling, and they weren't expecting Caitlin to pass the ball. She turned into more of a passer than she did as a shooter. So as the game evolved and as they got to know each other, then that's how teams start clicking.
Yeah, and more to your point, Linda, obviously, Caitlin coming directly from literally the championship game into training camp, the draft training camp, and then preseason and games right away. She really only had essentially a 2-week window to try to get to know her teammates and
y'all ain't doing nothing but saying right. My point, and that's what everybody want to blame it on the coach. If a coach ain't got but two,
Linda,
right,
we're agreeing. That's what I'm saying.
We're agreeing. Yeah. I'm trying to explain to Tanisha. If I'm a coach and I ain't got but 2 weeks with a player, and I got to get her to gel with everybody else I've been working with for a month, it's hard. So everybody wanted to fire the coach. The coach got to go to. I tell you, some coaches I think need to go, but we can get to that down the line. But she's beating teams. She won a good game today, and she's won some good games. If the playoffs started today, that team is in the playoffs. So you're gonna tell me you're gonna fire a coach that took a team?
I didn't say nothing about firing a coach.
Well, it's the coach's
fault. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said if they had a little bit better of a coach, they would probably have a better record. That's what I was saying. You the one jumped in there and said fire. I ain't say nothing about firing.
They would be in the playoffs today.
Yeah, but they done lost some. Okay. Hey,
They started the
I
season off
said
slow.
what I
He
said.
just explained to you why they started the season off
I
slow. And
said,
you're right.
no, he
I've
didn't
coached,
explain it to me
so I
because
gotta
everybody
understand.
knows that
I
Caitlin didn't
understand it
have
different.
the ability to get that off season that she needed. Everybody knows that. They jumped right in. And what I was saying was they played a lot of games, and you were like, everybody played a lot of games. You
And
didn't
they
let me finish
did.
what I was saying.
Everybody
But
did play a whole lot of games. So
but
I'm not
like
gonna
I
give any
said,
excuses for that.
I'm not finna rank her as one of the best coaches. You do that.
I
If you
didn't.
really
Did I
believe she
say
that
that?
great of a coach.
Did I say
Okay,
that?
well, I said what I said about her coaching skills.
Okay, and I said something
It could
different.
be
So we
better.
disagree. All
We
right. So
do.
who
We
do you
do.
have as your top players?
Right now, I mean, hell, easy. Asia, Brianna. I mean, what do you mean? Ask me who I think that is surprising. That's top
No, who do you
player.
have as your top players?
Asia and Brianna Stewart.
Who else?
Period. What do you mean? Yeah, that's them.
That's
Those
it.
my
Okay,
favorite
Darren, who
players.
you got as
No,
your top player?
I love DT. But
Yeah, well,
Your
I
most
would
impactful
say,
players. Who do you have right now as your most impactful players?
I would say Asia. I would also say Brianna. I would also say Angel Reese,
yes,
and I would say, oh gosh, there's who
Mitchell.
was it
I
from?
like Mitchell too.
Well, I mean, the thing is that you can literally pick a player from each team that's been kind of exceeding expectations, so to speak. But I think for me to make the immediate impact where it comes to winning and losing and getting your team, I would say those three. And I mean, if you want to be politically correct in that, Caitlin in there, I guess. But I think Angel has had more of an impact on her team for me than even them. But obviously, Asia being the best player in the league right now, and Brianna, she's trying to do what she can, obviously, to try to repeat as MVP.
Mhm.
The only thing though that I have an issue with, and I don't know, maybe it's just me growing up in the '80s and watching Jordan, is that these players, even in the WNBA, I don't get enough consistency from them from game to game. I'm seeing it obviously from Angel because of her double doubles that she's doing. Caitlin in the last few games, she's gotten to be more consistent. We see her assists and her rebounds have picked up. Scoring is still right there where she's averaging, but it doesn't it doesn't really. I mean, but she's consistent. Asia, she's been a little bit, she's been consistent as well. Brianna Stewart, though, she worked because, one game she'll have 30 some points. The next game she'll come back and she'll shoot like 4 or 17 and will end up with 17 points, but it takes her, so many shots or whatever. And it's so, and it's other players on the teams that I could go with like that where I just don't see the consistency from game to game to game to where you can depend on somebody, and not even for betting purposes, just for them to lead their team to victory.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jewel Lloyd is having a
Mhm.
fantastic
Yes,
season.
yes.
Absolutely.
She's
Deanna
she's doing a
Bonner
lot
is
for that
still, I think,
team.
DeWanda Bonner.
Yeah, Bonner's not even gonna be the one for me for that team. That's At Alicia Thomas
Yeah,
for that
yeah,
team.
yeah.
You take off of there, she's getting triple double.
Yeah.
She's doing it every night. Of course, Wilson. You got her, Nafisha Kalia. I hope she's fine. She's double double. I mean,
Mhm.
she's got to be in the MVP conversation from Minnesota, from the Lynx. I mean, these are people that are like impacting
Erica Hill.
impacting their team.
I like DJ Carrington though too. I've been watching her a little bit, like a little bit more than normal, and I kind of like her game.
Yeah, I mean, I love her game. I think you could take her off of that team and it wouldn't.
Impact. It wouldn't
Yeah,
have
like
the.
that
I
that
got you.
impact.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
Mhm.
those, but like Jewel Lloyd, just watching some of the stuff, I saw Jewel Lloyd. They damn near pulled her
Ooh.
eyeball out of the socket, and she went back and got that fixed, popped
Oh
back in,
no,
came back and still killed them.
no. I
So
feel like she's on another level right now.
yeah, she's playing. She's always been good. I mean, she came out of college early and all that other stuff. Seattle's just getting it. I like their coach too. So
Hmm.
they're starting to gel. They're starting to play really well. But it's a lot of supporting, I call them supporting cast players that will never get that kind of recognition that are
Hmm.
playing good ball. But I just like the way the season's going because it's like any given
Hmm.
basketball night. I can't say any given Sunday, but any given basketball night, anybody can win a game.
Yeah,
So they're
literally, because I
playing
mean, because
stuff.
if players are playing inconsistent, I mean,
Hmm.
if their numbers and stats are inconsistent, it's like, yeah. Because look, I mean, you look at some players like Jonquel Jones. I mean, like they're like even besides Matthew, I mean, you have a number of players, other players. I mean, Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young on those teams. I mean, so you have so many good players on one set team that
Hmm.
it's hard, man. I mean, and I think the good thing about that is that you have so much talent on certain teams because you don't have as many teams like you got in the NBA. I think you got 12 teams in the WNBA, so you only have so many players, 144 players, and so you can get a mix of good players on each squad to
Yeah,
to
Mm-hmm.
try to
yeah.
win or lose.
It depends on who. I mean, I watched some games. Like I got really frustrated last night actually watching the Vegas game. Right,
Hold
so
on, breaking news: Chiefs just won the Super Bowl again.
shut up.
Gotcha. I ain't
Yeah,
even.
no,
Go
I
hard,
got some
I
fun.
go
had
hard
I got
check
some
out.
funny to talk about when we get
yeah,
to football. But
but
go ahead.
I watched the Aces play last night, and
Mm-hmm.
Jackie O, she gonna come down, she gonna shoot, she gonna hit that three. Love it, love her game, right? Plum, she gonna hit whatever. Asia's got 30 something points, and y'all are up. Everything should run through her. So I understand. I'm sometimes I'm wondering like what's going through, and I don't coach at that level, but I'm thinking if I got Asia Wilson, if I got certain players on my team like Jewel Lloyd, whatever, I'm going to them first. You're gonna get yours, and especially if you came down, you done missed the last 2-3 shots, and you're not having a good night. Let's go to the person that's having a good night. So sometimes watching it is frustrating, but I mean, we'll see. I got now. I'm gonna move on to something for y'all.
All
So,
right.
uh, uh, what do you think? We talk about the rookie
Rookie
class.
class.
We
Angel
lost
Reese.
Cameron. Hold on. We lost Cameron Brink. So I hated to see her go down.
You know, I
You hate to
talk
see
about
anybody
Cam.
go down. That was hurt. So, how do you think they're doing overall? The ones that we were talking about, like you got her, you got Rakia Jackson, you got Caitlin Clark, you got Angel Reese.
Camilo Cardoso, yeah.
Yep, good.
Camilla.
All of them. What do you think?
I
Are
think
Great.
they?
they.
Is this the most impressive rookie class that you've seen in the
So I won't.
WNBA?
I
No,
won't
I'd
say
say
that.
Candace Parker because she was league MVP. I can't be disrespectful for her because she did something that no other rookie's ever done.
No, listen. Didn't
Okay, go ahead.
No,
okay.
go Tanisha.
No. I mean, this particular class, like, I don't know, like with the hype that was surrounded around this class coming in, I feel like they really have kind of done their part in building, helping uplift this. They haven't let down to me. I mean, Cameron Brink before she got hurt, which I actually talked to you about how I like Cameron Brink's game. She understood the game well. She was always in the spot she needed to be, blocking shots, doing the stuff she needed to do. And I hated to see her go down because I was actually becoming more and more of a fan of Cameron Brink. But Angel Reese, that dog that she got, and just Caitlin just launching from logos. Like I'm okay with this class. They're not the best class. I wouldn't say that, but I'm just saying that um they haven't really let down to me. I mean, you usually. I mean, when I got my little app up. I'm trying to get to one of the. I'm trying to get to a game that's featuring one of those rookies. Really, I am.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
find
So I go back
myself.
to my original question. Like, where do you rank them in the? You said who's the dog, who's this? Where do you rank them as far as your? Do you think they're this is the because this was the hype? This is the best rookie class ever. I don't agree with it.
No, I
I'll
don't.
never
It's
agree
not.
with that. Do you agree with it, Darren? You said you did not.
No, I don't agree with it.
Nobody. No.
Yeah, because I mean,
But
I
they're
mean,
doing. I mean, but
thi-
for the expectations, I mean, they're doing well. I mean, they're exceeding expectations because as Tanisha talked about the hype and everything. So,
oh yeah,
A lot of pressure.
as far as the draw and the media and the new fans and all that, I mean the voting was off the charts. I think they've done a
Mm-hmm.
fantastic job of that. All of them as far as impacting the game, I think they've had an impact, on the game. But I go back to like old school. Sue Bird, Swing Cash, they were all in that same class. When they got drafted,
Mm-hmm.
it was like Asia Jones, Stacey Dales, Nikki Teasley, Tamika Williams. It was some classes where they had folks. It was like, yo, and
Mm-hmm.
different time, whatever, different game. But I like it because they're bringing people out. Right now, for me, my rookie of the year, it's close. To me, I think it's going to come down to which team does better. Both
Mm-hmm.
players are playing exceptionally well because I think it's between Reese and Caitlin Clark. I don't know who else is going to
If it's
jump
close, it's
in
gonna be
there.
Caitlin. We
And
know
I
that.
think that for me, if it's what it's going to come down to is where the seating is for that team, whichever team does better, because whichever team does better, in my eyes, that person had more of an impact on their team. And the
Okay,
numbers
so
are there, so you can't dispute the numbers because she's getting double doubles, she's getting her double doubles, and all that other stuff. So go ahead.
so I feel like if it's close in numbers, I think just due to what sort of has been kind of the mission of the WNBA, it's going to be Caitlin. I mean, if you're not going to have a really close race between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, and Angel Reese win that, it's going to be Caitlin.
Why?
Now, Grant, because that's who they want. That's the majority of the population that is following the WNBA right now wants to win. And if it's a close race, I feel like she's going to be the pick. Now, mind you, this is also somebody that all those fans wanted on that Olympic team. You know what I mean? So there's some things where she's
And she
already
ain't
taken
on
a
there.
couple of granted, which is why I'm telling you expectations. If it's close, they're gonna want her to come out ahead somewhere. Now,
Okay.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that I don't even see a Angel Reese winning a close race with Caitlin Clark, and I love Angel Reese's game.
Okay.
I love it.
Darren, what you think?
To me, it depends on who's voting. I mean, I need to know who the voters are. Who's
Exactly.
voting,
And what are they looking
Nah,
at? Right.
yeah,
If they have
'cause
integrity or
money,
whatever, what are you looking at?
money.
Because it ain't what the it. Well, I don't know. We don't know. You don't know
I mean,
who's
if I
voting, so you
for
can't make that
me,
statement. Right.
if I had to choose today, it would be Angel Reese. I think she's just been more consistent from start to finish, from the beginning of the year to now. I know Angel, I know Caitlin. I know she had a triple double in the game against New York, and I know she's had a couple double doubles here and there. But for me, but I've also seen her play games. She played a full game, only scored 3 points or 7 points, and she hasn't, and the way she acts with her teammates from time to time, if they can't handle a pass or she turns the ball over, or they can't catch a pass, she'll throw her hands up like she's Tyron Matthew, getting upset at what was the safety that the Chiefs had at one time, the light skinned boy.
Oh,
Yeah, that
okay,
guy.
yeah.
And so she kind of shows her teammates up, I mean, and she does in a loss. Obviously she didn't do it in the win against New York. So for me, I'm not liking that she shows her teammates up, but more so it's just that I've just seen a lot more consistency from Angel Reese. I know people talk about, oh, well, she get all the rebounds. I'm like, but nobody just crediting Caitlin Clark's triple double and the rebound that she got in the game today. But everybody wants to discredit all the rebounds that
I mean,
that
yeah.
that.
You know what?
Yeah,
It depends on what side of the fence you want on that, right? Where you want to go. Because if you want to count Caitlin Clark's turnovers, you can count her turnovers. If you want to count how many
feels like they
rebounds
always
Angel
seem to leave
Reese
out.
gets from
Good
putting
point.
back her
Good
own
point.
missed layups,
That's what I was
you
about
can
to
count them
say.
too. So
I
that's what a
saw.
Angel
lot of
Reese is
people are
hold
saying.
on. But
So
one thing, one
hold on,
thing,
let me finish. Let me finish. I'm
okay,
gonna let
'cause
you
I
get
was
in there.
finished.
I've watched her play. I've watched Angel Reese play since high school. I coached against Angel Reese. So what I'm saying is, I know, and you, if you're that chick, you got to make layups. Your footwork's got to get better. So she's got some things she's got to work on. Now, I ain't taking nothing away from her because she's working like a dog, and you working down there with some bigs. So you're doing a lot of stuff. But I've said it since college, a lot of them rebounds are her own putbacks that you're
But she's
missing
also getting
layups
double and triple teams at times as well.
Okay.
at times.
Mm-hmm.
At
All right.
times.
True that. Okay. And so I'm not gonna take away from somebody because they out working the next person to get their rebound back. What will we do when we shoot the ball? We telling you to follow your shot. Hell, was she not supposed to follow a shot? Hell, if she missed it, hell, follow and get in and put it back.
You
So I'm
missed
not
what I
finna.
said. It wasn't a shot. I said she's got to make more layups and be more consistent. At that size, she's got to make layups. Camila Cardosa is getting that ball down low. She's making the layups. Her footwork is good. She's got to work on that. That's what I would like to see from her. I'm not taking nothing away. I said she's down there working hard. She's banging. She is getting her rebound. But I don't think she would have as many if she was putting up and scoring as many layups as she is, or excuse me, more layups than she currently is. I'm not taking nothing away from her. She's working hard. She came in. She continued to do what she was doing at the level before. But you gotta. I say that about anybody. I say that about my girls. I say that about myself when I'm coaching. Damn, a layup. You
Okay.
gotta make a
All
layup.
right. But I'm gonna say this
But
though.
That's
a
And
everybody.
lot of
Angel Reese
people,
and
LeBron
Angel
James missed
Reese's
layups.
defeat.
Not that
Yeah.
many. Not that many.
And I'm gonna say this though, in Angel Reese's defense, people talking about how people contesting Caitlyn's shot. Shit, they on Angel's ass like a white on rice.
I'm
They
not
in her
disagreeing
face
with you at
too.
all. I'm
So
not
she having
disagreeing
to
with you at
work
all.
hard for them damn points.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I'm just saying she needs to do better with the layup, just like Caitlin Clark needs to do better with the turnovers. She leads the
Damn
league
And her
in
sure.
3-point
turnovers.
shooting.
She leads the league in turnovers. Her
And
shooting
her
percentage
3-point
is
shooting, she needs to
right
get better
because her
at.
shooting percentage is low. So there you can criticize, and that's why I bring those points up, not to tear those girls down because I think they're both having great seasons. Not to tear them down, but to say that's how much growth opportunity they both have. They
Oh,
clean them
I
things
agree
up.
with
It's
that.
going to be amazing along with the other one. Rakia
The
Jackson,
future looks
man, I'm
bright to
watching
me.
her play and she looks good. I had my Linda Dorsey, LD, nobody else, my thoughts about some coaches that shouldn't be coaching. Kurt Miller shouldn't be coaching. He out there in LA killing that team. To me, Rakia Jackson should be playing. Sandy Brondella, you losing games with Sabrina Nescu, Jonquel Jones, and Brianna Stewart, just them three, and you losing games. Come on.
Okay. I agree. But so I'm gonna go back. I think Mitchell should be playing way more than what she playing. On another team where I thought the coach could be doing a little bit better.
Which
You know
Mitchell
what I'm
you
saying?
talking about?
I'm talking. What you mean? What Mitchell? What Mitchell you think I'm talking about?
I don't know. I'm asking you what Mitchell
The
are we
one,
talking about?
the one that people don't want Caitlin. That
Oh, she's
that's
starting to play more. They realize they need Mitchell. Mitchell has been playing more. The coach made that adjustment
she
because Mitchell
got
wasn't even
to.
starting. So now she's
Hell, you got
starting.
to. Hell,
Yeah,
Stevie Wonder said
yeah,
she need to be in the game.
yeah. I mean, she what, number 4 or 5 on the all-time scoring list? When she was at Ohio State, she was busting people up. Last year, she was busting people up. Since she been in there, she's an offensive threat. She's quick and she can play defense. So ain't no doubt. Yeah, I've said that from day one. Why is Mitchell on the bench? I agree with you, 100%
Okay.
there. No,
All right.
100. Yeah,
We there together. We
yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm 100% on that. All right. So what else? What else y'all got on the WNBA? Anything? Give me your prediction. Who's gonna be the WNBA champions this year?
Well, I got to see how it all shakes out. I mean, because a lot of people think the Aces are going to
Damn
three-peat.
prediction.
It just depends on it.
How you
Let's
gonna say
cross
you
that
wait a minute?
bridge.
Hold on.
Let's hold on.
You said we
Let's
all
cross that
got
bridge
we gotta
before the
see how it
playoffs start.
now, man. We make NFL predictions at the beginning of the
I'm
season,
going
and
with
you
the
gonna tell me we
Aces
gotta see how that
3P.
shit shakes out.
I'm
If you
going with
see
the
how it
Aces
shakes out, you
3P.
got the answer.
I'm going with New York this
I'm
year.
going with
Okay.
the Aces.
Okay.
I'm going with New York. I
I'm
think,
going with the
and
Aces
the
on
reason why
3P.
I think something about the size of New York and their front court with Stewart Jones and the other girl, they're going to be tough.
We saw that matchup last year.
Okay, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, and it
And you
went
think
out to
they
the wire too.
overcome it this year?
Aces.
It went
And
out.
I'm
I
gonna go
think
with Aces. If it comes down to those two, but it's some teams I can't count.
That's what I'm
The
saying. I
Suns,
mean, it's
yeah.
kind of
But if I had
Connecticut,
to pick,
Minnesota.
I'm going with the champions. I'm going with the
yeah.
current champions. I'm definitely
I
going
said it and I
with the
said it
Aces.
with
But
my
I just don't.
chest out.
What's the name? Can coach them? I don't have the confidence in Sandy Brondello to coach them to a championship.
You said it, not me. But
Yep.
I definitely love the Aces coach though.
Yep.
And the assistant coach.
We ain't going against right Becky, the whole staff,
Exactly.
and especially Tyler. He might not come back on the Coach Marsh. Let me give him that respect. He might not even come back on the show if we talk bad about him. All right.
We're not gonna do it.
Not gonna happen.
Look,
All right,
we're not gonna do it.
let's move on here because we ain't taking no breaks. I'm talking about the NBA. The NBA move.
Breaks. Who believes in breaks?
Who y'all want to start? You want to start with Bronny? You want to start with JJ Reddick? Where y'all want to go?
Well, JJ Reddick happened first, so I guess we can talk about him.
Okay, go ahead. Give me your thoughts on that.
Well, it's a LeBron James move. I mean, when you got power, that's how you look. If you're gonna have power, that's how you wield it. I mean, he was able to get the coach in that he was able to get the coach fired, able to get the coach in that he wanted, and as we'll talk soon, got his son drafted. I mean, I can't, just my thing, just own it. That's all I ask. Just own it.
Right. So with that being said, Darren, with all this talk about they don't want black coaches can't get ahead, they can't do this, they can't do that. So people gonna say that in one breath, and I'm not saying you're saying this, but people say that in one breath, knowing damn well that LeBron wanted him in there because you had a black coach in there. So you could have kept him from because your team wasn't worth a damn. So you could have kept him for another year. So this, to me, I don't get the black and white on this one when we know it was LeBron had a big hand in that.
Well, if LeBron had his choice of who would be his coach, it would be Ty Lue. But when he first got there and they were looking for a coach, they wanted to put so many strings attached to Ty Lue compared to everybody else. But before Frank Vogel, whoever else got the job. So, but look, I get it. The problem is that it was the Lakers. It was the Lakers. I mean, the Lakers didn't really bother to go out and interview a Sam Cassell or somebody like that. It was like had, had they had gotten Dan Hurley, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, I think he has, been a two-time, granted it's college, but winning is winning. And I think he would have been a great fit, especially developmental wise for Bronny James with the Lakers. But Lakers didn't offer him enough money, or at least enough money where he would have to tell his wife, "No, we got."
I think his wife, his wife was like, "Nah, we ain't." I like the fact that he stayed. I really do.
Yeah,
I mean,
but let me ask you a question, Darren. Hold
Yes,
up. So you gonna tell me he got enough pull to get JJ Reddick and not Tyler?
well, here's the thing. Ty Lue was under contract with the Clippers, so they wouldn't let him out of his contract to go across the hall to the Lakers. I'm talking about this time around. I'm talking about the first time around. Yeah, I mean that was. Yeah, I can't speak on that, and I don't know if it was again. To me, it's more so if I'm LeBron because I think he could have. Well, they had done well with their former head coach. The problem is they just ran up against the Denver Nuggets. My issue would have been with the with Rob Pelinka and the rest in the front office. Like we talk about every year about the moves that the Lakers probably need to make in free agency and trades and stuff like that. And look, and LeBron has to take some blame as well because he was the one that wanted Russell Westbrook a couple of years ago, and all the assets that they had to give up to get him and stuff, and the amount of money that they paid for him. It was like, why? So I mean, there's blame to go all the way around. So I mean, I'm not someone who thinks that LeBron James is going to win another title anytime soon. So I mean, if he's going to willpower and get his son and get his homeboy or his podcast teammate a job, so be it. Look, Nick Wright got got one of his former classmates, saying hosting the Colin Cowherd, hosting the herd. Look, I wish somebody would look out for your boy like that, but I mean, those are the kind of friends I need. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Right?
yeah,
Everybody need them.
hey, look,
right. Hell,
I'm a
Everybody
guest.
need them.
I'm a guest on somebody's podcast who's last name is Mahomes. I need that to work in my favor. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I'm a
We need
Mahomes. I needed to work
shit.
in
We
my
need to work in
favor.
our favor. How about that? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Tanisha, what you think about the move?
But it'll
There
let
she
her
go.
speak.
She locked up. The brain locked up again. There you go. There you go. Yeah, okay. We go. We go. What they say? We go
Yeah.
circle back. Okay.
Yeah.
My
Circle
next
back.
question then. What about Bronny?
All right, I go.
Go. Go
All
get
right,
it.
so I'm gonna say this. A lot of people are so upset. Like I can't even go on social media without seeing a post about, oh, Bronny took someone's spot, and that person didn't get drafted because of Bronny. Well, what happened to the other team? Why they didn't draft him? Well, why did Bronny just take that one spot and the rest of the teams went by
Couldn't
that
pick up.
person
No.
and then
Because
get
hey,
drafted?
hey,
All right. So let
Well,
me go a
wasn't
step
you
wasn't
see,
further.
didn't
Let me go.
you're hey.
wasn't that his
I
agent
did.
who made the call?
Who? What
Wasn't
now?
that his agent who told the team don't draft him?
Wait, I mean, that's Rich Paul.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, really? I'm an owner of, I don't know, the New York Knicks. I'm gonna listen to what Rich Paul say? No.
Well,
That's not how that worked.
again, I think what I've
And
heard.
if he went to Australia or wherever he was supposed to go,
So be
so
it.
what?
No, but Tanisha, what I was going to get at is that I believe that the story going around is because Rich Paul has like 140 some NBA clients that he controls literally a third of the players of the league in their contract. He's their agent. That why get on the man's bad side?
They
Because
not gonna stop playing.
True that. That's
Shit,
what I
they
said.
trying to
But
eat. They're
they
not
in
gonna stop
contract.
playing. He
They
ain't
in
got that.
contract.
You. Hey, you said
You can
something
never
real
see
key.
Jerry Maguire. You see Jerry Maguire how they switch over to another agent
But he said, you
so
said
quick,
something
get
real
ready.
quick, real clear. He's a black man. A black man's not going to control the NBA.
Well, he's doing a good job of it
Yahtzee.
right now.
He controlling the
Yahtzee.
team. He ain't controlling the NBA.
He
He
can
controlling the
Yahtzee.
team.
he controlled the league to where none other team drafted LeBron James'
They
son.
didn't want him.
No,
Hell,
that's not true.
you don't think anybody else wanted? Oh, okay. First of all right. Let me back up a little bit.
There were
Okay.
not 54 better players in that draft than even Bronny James.
The
That hard
hell
or not.
the running narrative is that he's not the 55th best pick in the draft.
Right. That's. I mean, I'm not. Our opinions, our show. So we
Yeah.
say what the hell we want to say. I didn't see anything impressive about him at USC. Where I'd
So
be
I'm
like,
going
oh,
to
that's
tell
the
you
dude.
what I
But then
think.
again, I can't say a whole lot about men's basketball, men's college basketball, because it was not
It
very
was
exciting to me.
it
I
was
wasn't really
underwhelming as
watching it. I
hell,
was,
wasn't it?
yeah. So
It was underwhelming. But
very.
let's be clear. There's also another narrative that people tend to forget. Once someone is let's just, it's Jordan or it's whatever, their children are often drafted because there is a high probability that they will to be a professional athlete and be somewhat of a success. That's not just NBA basketball. Go look at baseball. Go look at any sport. Go look at football. A lot of times, once you have a parent that has been a professional athlete, that child, they like to think that pedigree, it runs deep. So who's to say that the Lakers didn't draft him off potential what he's going to be versus
I'm agreeing with you, and I hope it works out
what he
because
currently is.
I think it's a beautiful thing. I mean, it's
I
history,
saw
right?
it with my nephew. Hell, they put up Pat stats every time they mention his name. He comes from my Patrick, who played 10 years in the major leagues. They basing that when everybody else was scared to draft him. Somebody took a chance, and a lot of that, all those things went into play. He has pedigree. So, granted, I think his younger brother probably will be the better athlete, but it's not to say that he don't need just some time in the G to get himself together. To it, potential is a real thing, is what I'm saying. I think that he was drafted more off the potential of what he's gonna be, because you know damn well with the regimen that LeBron does, he ain't gonna let his son skip. They pretty much hoping that he gonna guide him up.
I think that, and
So
I think for the historical value too of it,
true that.
I think it's a good thing. It's
Father
another
son.
gimmick for the NBA. A father son in there first to ever do it. I
Money
mean, nothing
talks.
wrong with it to me. I just was getting thoughts on it. I don't care one way or the other, to be
Let
honest
me
with you.
let me say
Go
this
ahead.
before we move on.
Mhm.
One thing that a lot of people seem to forget is that being LeBron James' son has its perks because, every offseason or whenever he's at the games, like he has access to the players as well. So it's not like this is going to be his first go around playing against NBA players. He was playing against NBA players when he was 12, 13, 14 years old, playing pickup ball with his dad, you know what I'm saying, in LA and stuff like that. So in those summer leagues, rec leagues, UCLA, where the dad's out there playing ball, Ronnie James is playing. He's playing against grown men. I mean, he's played against Chris Paul and all these other players that come over to his place and they play ball. So it's not like he's gonna have a welcome to the NBA moment because he's been playing against these type of players already most of his life.
And that's exactly what I was talking about, going back to the fact that when you are raised around all that, sometimes the moment isn't too big. I remember one thing from Bronny when he was talking. He said that was my dad's dream to play with me. It wasn't his dream to play with his dad. His dad wanted to play with his son. And he was like, I love that, but that's not what I built. I just want a chance.
Yeah.
And I think that, to me, that kind of spoke volumes. It's like, yeah, of course, if I'm LeBron James, I want to play with my son 1 year. But hell, I just want to be my dad. The average kid dream, I just want to be my dad. You know what I mean? When I got a professional athlete and they've been beating me and everything, and I ain't never even beat him in a pickup game. Hell, I just want to beat my dad. Bronny was open about that. That wasn't my dream. That's my father's dream to play with me. My dream was not to play with him. My dream was to play in the NBA. So when he said that, I felt that. I felt that a lot because I've watched my nephew always trying to beat my brother, and him just waxing him, And so when you first beat your father, so it's the dreams are smaller when you're the protege or whatever. But I'm proud. I'm proud that LeBron was. He said that a long time ago, and it actually is gonna happen. I'm happy. I'm happy for him. But yeah, that doesn't have to be Bronny's dream. Bronny just wants to play. He's never even likened himself to the top. He doesn't even feel like his game is that. Hell, what's wrong with just being in the NBA?
Nothing. So speaking of which, so there were some NBA moves. Which one shocked you the most?
Clay.
Why? Just didn't think you would go anywhere.
I didn't think he was going nowhere, man.
You talking
I'm
about a
telling
player
you,
drafting, changing teams, or just a
Team.
move?
What shocked you the most?
just Clay.
I think Clay surprised me too.
Yeah, I'd say Clay. I think Miles Bridges re-signing with the Charlotte Hornets is an interesting move. The fact that he got 3 years, $75 million after his domestic violence thing that with his wife, but hey, people
Mhm.
will pay for. But no, I think the surprise move would be that, and I think to an extent, Paul George going to Philly. I know everybody thinks that that's
Oh,
make them a championship team, but for me, you really got to be a championship player to be considered a championship team.
And that's what everybody's like. He is the key to the. I'm like, key to what? He ain't been the
'cause
key to nothing.
he's not to me.
y'all said it,
I
not
mean,
me.
I think now do I think he makes? I definitely he makes
They
it
gonna
a
get us,
better,
Tanisha.
stronger team,
Shit.
but he's
They
not.
go
But that's
tear
about it.
y'all ass up. Y'all said it, not me.
I
That
don't
was
care.
that was one of the gems.
Come, look, come for me.
Right.
I'm ready for it. Come for
You
me.
ready? Right? Because I'm telling you, boy, he got some fans. They
He
gonna
done,
come
but
for y'all
what has
ass.
he done to say? Oh man, that you got that dude. Now you definitely shit. They can't
Yeah.
do nothing in it. They said it when they got James Harden. They say it all every year. They say it. I
Yeah.
don't think to me,
That's it.
and
That's
people
all we
think he
need.
suck, so they gonna come for me. I don't think they knew how to use Tobias Harris.
Well, Tobias Harris wasn't no good, but
It wasn't no good. You ain't letting him play.
Oh,
You ain't
there
giving him the
you go.
ball. Look at how many times, how many shots he taking.
hold on. The offense runs to Joel Embiid, not Tobias Harris.
I
So
I I
you
get
get your
that,
shots when you get your
Ain't
shots.
nobody
but
disagreeing with
goddamn, if
that.
you get into a game, yeah, you ain't gonna be no good.
Well,
It's gonna look
Joe
like you
didn't
ain't no good. But
play
if you go somewhere,
in the postseason, so
Jalen
Go
Brunson
somewhere
didn't
else.
look that good when he was in Dallas, did he?
No.
Mhm.
Right,
Okay,
right down the street, 4 hours.
okay, okay. That was a good one for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna give my.
I,
Let me give myself some. Yeah,
there it is.
there it is. Let me give
All
myself
the
something on
colors.
that. All of them.
I'm showing you love on that.
Right,
Thank you.
right.
Well,
So,
but I
but
ain't gonna
those
get
one
that.
valid
But
argument.
hold up.
We doing
those
But
were
okay.
the two.
just
two
to lighten it up, I ain't gonna get past the fact you got to talking about Kyrie playing in moccasins. Boy, you damn near hurt my ribs. That day
Did they look like moccasins?
what?
Did they
The
look
day
like
you said he
moccasins?
was out there playing in moccasins, Linda.
Hmm.
I
You know
you know
I'm
what?
fresh off this knee surgery. You
Well,
almost jacked me up, man. I'm telling you, boy. That you almost
let
made my replacement. I need to go back because I done slipped around messing with your ass on that damn moccasins. Boy, that
I,
cracked me up.
time creeping up. We go. Let's close this out here with the Olympic trials. Just had me. I'm just so excited for the Olympics. I don't know what to do. I'm like a little kid.
Can I
Track
please
and
just start?
field, swimming.
Simone,
Um, go ahead.
gymnastics. Can I just start with?
Gymnastics.
I'm so sorry. I'm a fangirl out real quick on Simone Biles. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Are you watching what this woman is doing? Hell, she got like 5 damn things named after her because that's the great thing about gymnastics. If you do something no one else has done, you get to it gets named after you.
Right.
It's like discovering a star in the sky. She got 5 things after her, and that tumbling, that floor routine, that tumbling, that triple, whatever double thing she does, man, Yahtzee, it's over. She is the GOAT. Please give this woman
Yeah.
some
No.
props.
No.
Right
No.
along with Sid and transition that to Sydney McLaughlin.
Oh, I mean, you breaking your own records in the trials.
What?
Yeah, so I world records at that. World records at that. So those were fun to watch. I like watching the young man. Well, I can't think of his last name. Quincy.
Quincy
Quincy
Wilson.
Yeah, Quincy was a local
Wilson.
kid.
Loved
Watching
it.
him. So that was fun. He was just having fun.
That
I'm gonna
young.
tell you, one of the most exciting things that I watched for me, and it had a whole it made me think about a lot of things. It made me think about
Mm-hmm.
race, black and white people, what the Olympics do, and people just being people. And you could cheer for somebody and they ain't got look nothing like you. Watching Michael Phelps cheer
Mm-hmm.
for um, Simone Manuel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He cheered like that was his child.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never seen. If you haven't seen it, go Google Michael Phelps cheering for her and
Mm-hmm.
Rowdy Gaines. They were so excited that she won that even thinking about it gives me chills.
Mm-hmm.
Because Phelps, we know,
Come on.
he a male mermaid, right? And
What?
watching, he just watch him get pumped and
Just
pumped.
just
It
swimming.
gave me chills because I liken that to, and I'm gonna digress a little bit. Is that's how we should be as people, cheering for each other. I don't care what you look like, cheering for each other. We're all human beings. So I kind of put my closing statement before the
Yeah, it
closing, but
goes. Yeah.
I'll
But
come
it's
back to
all
that.
good.
Yeah. But
It's
Darren,
all good.
what for the Olympics? What was it for you?
Well, since the Olympics hasn't taken place yet,
The
I'm
trials.
excited. I'm
Trials.
excited about the women's basketball. I'm actually
Mm-hmm.
looking forward to see them because even though she who shall remain nameless didn't make the team. I do like the fact that
Mm.
the
Mm-mm.
U.S. Olympic team is sending their best players out there,
You're not
and
doing
I
that.
think now I know someone got injured that may or may not be able to play, and if
Collier,
not,
but we
hopefully.
ain't we ain't gonna speak that. We ain't
No,
gonna speak
I
that there.
know, but
Yeah,
Put
if she
that
come on.
can't
out
play,
there.
then hopefully they put Angel Reese in. But
Mhm.
Oh, you know what? I'd rather drag Collier over there with a damn boot on her
uh,
leg rather than put anybody else on their damn
yeah, I
roster.
know, yeah,
Because
yeah,
What?
go
You
ahead
didn't
there
say
get
with the
that medal,
boot,
go get
with
nigga.
a
that medal,
boot.
With a
yeah,
boot.
yeah, get that medal. But
With
but
the
but
boot.
Because they gonna
but
get it.
but for me,
Slide.
I'm a track guy. I'm a weightlifting guy, so I'll be watching. I'll be watching a lot of Olympics between Olympics and Chiefs training camp. I'm gonna be watching lot of that stuff. So I'm definitely looking forward to Olympic weightlifting. Looking forward to track and field. I will. The only gymnast I'm gonna watch is Simone Biles. I'm gonna see what time she does her thing, and then I'm
I ain't gonna get no
tuning
rest.
in and tuning out.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll watch the men's basketball as well. But for me, I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to watch the Olympics unless they show it in 4K.
Don't do
They
that.
might. Who has the Olympics this year?
NBC always has it, but but I'm hoping that it'll be in 4K. At least the NBC Sports 4K channel, so I can watch it. I don't.
Like me, I'm in 4K.
Hold up though. But let me just say this though. There is something that I wanted to say about the Olympics. Our women's gymnastics team took a mugging. And what I mean by that, I'm talking about an injury mugging. We lost some of our top gymnasts in the trials this year to Achilles injuries and
Yeah.
ACLs. And I just want to take a tiny break to just say, ladies, my heart goes out to you because to work that hard, to train that hard, and in the trials to go down the way we did. I hope you guys bounce back. I those Achilles, I hope they end up being, Achilles is a horrible injury to have. First of all, most people have struggled with bounce backs on that. The ACL injury that they had, that was had. But I just want to let you ladies know I was cheering for you guys because the United States women's gymnastics team has been consistent. They bring us that goal. And I mean, this will be the first. I'm a little nervous for the first time, but I still think y'all backups might bring the gold in. That's how doggone good we are. But I
Well,
just want to give a shout out to you ladies because I know y'all gonna bounce back and y'all gonna get back to where you're. That had to be devastating. We really did take a mugging in the trials this year.
so I
It's
want
gonna
to
come down to
talk
Biles
about
anyway.
trials. This is a question I'm gonna pose to both of y'all. Um, Track and field. It's a
Mm.
I don't know what the word is,
A
unforgivable,
thing
whatever word
low.
I'm
I know
looking.
what
But
you're gonna say. A thing low.
what I want to go to is we're gonna get there. You can talk about her. So you could smoke every take Sydney. Sydney got the world record. Sydney McLaughlin has the world record. Had she tripped, she wouldn't have made the Olympic team. Do you think they need to fix that? These
Yes.
women, these people, men, women that are running and running all year long, breaking records, for 4 years, setting all kinds of records. They're the best. Other countries
Yes.
are sending their best. We're not.
We are not.
We are not always sending our
Because
best.
if
Hey, give
you
me
think a
talk.
thing Mo is not the best in the world at what she does, you're on crack.
I'm
And let
just
me tell
saying,
you,
what? So, do you think the question is, do you think it should be changed? Yes.
absolutely,
Okay.
because of that, you're not gonna. And in this particular kind of odd case, a thing Mo was hurt all season. So she wasn't even able to run like that. But you could clearly see, and if you listen to the interview, she was moving her way easily through those trials because talent is talent, and she was healthy enough to run. And she was very clear. All I need to do is just get through it until this injury finishes healing up, and then I'm back to being Miss Mo if you're nasty. You know what I'm saying? And so the fact that I felt like that when they tripped her, that goal, we tripped the
Oh, we
goal.
can't say they tripped her. She
Well, I'm
tripped.
just saying.
Yeah.
Well,
she
clipped.
she
She got
appealed.
clipped. Tripped is the wrong word. She got clipped. When she fell over, but that's a pattern because she had such long legs. So this was something that she had been struggling with, the fact that she's a little bit um was longer than the average bear. She's tall,
Long
whatever. And
legs.
so
Yeah.
her legs, her stride is a long stride. But no, I think it needs to be changed because there's no way in the hell that, let's say, Russia would not send their best swimmer because they didn't swim good when they had the flu on this day that just so happened to be the trials, or they had one incident. That doesn't happen in other countries.
Right.
We have to fix that. We need when we're talking about representing our country, we should send our best. And
Darren.
that's why I'm not as upset about the
Oh.
Caitlyn thing as everybody else is because right now I love Caitlyn's game or whatever, but she's not our best.
No, we
We
know
need
that
to
because there's
send
nobody you can
our
take off that
best.
roster and say you're gonna replace her with. But
Exactly. We need to
Darren,
send our best.
what do you think about a track and field?
Well, since I used to run track, I mean, the rules are the rules. For me, if they were to change it, fine. I'm not gonna poo poo it or argue it or whatever. But when it comes to a thing, her time is damn near 4 seconds faster than anybody else. For me, you should not even put yourself in that situation to begin with, to where you can get out to a decent lead amongst them and maintain it. And the fact that because this happened to her in 2021 as well now,
Mm-hmm.
to where she was kind of clipped and almost fell down again. So for me, don't put yourself in a situation that you can either go to the outside or I
That's what they
mean
said. She's
yeah,
got to run a little smarter.
I mean she's yeah and
Yeah.
and to me, injury or not, she didn't really run this season like saying like someone who was really trying to
She was injured, so
repeat.
she didn't
She was
run.
injured. She didn't
Well,
run.
I
I said
guess
she didn't run at all.
that's what I'm saying. So you get to the Olympic trials. I mean, and you notice again, if you're not a student history, you're doing the repeated. You got tripped before in this situation because how you were bunched in there, and you almost didn't qualify for the Olympics. Then you put yourself in the same situation and it happened. So now the coaches still they have the option if they want to pick her to run the relay. So
She's
she,
going. She's
okay,
going.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
They
so I
Be
picked
mean,
her
on
up.
so
crack if
Yeah.
they'd be on crack if
so
they didn't.
so she'll still have a chance to win an Olympic gold. It just won't be in the Open 4.
Yeah.
I mean, in the Open 800. Now, for me,
800.
and for me, I'm disappointed that she's still running. Like she didn't try to do the double four in the 800. That to me is the real crime to track and field fans because she was unstoppable in both of those races in college. And the fact that she, and I know people talk about the schedule and stuff, but she's one of the few
Mm-hmm.
who I think could do it because I mean Michael Johnson did the 2 and the 400, so I mean it's possible, and I believe if anybody could have won and making American or world record, it would have been a thing more in both of those races.
Okay.
Okay, so I agree with you. I agree with you on that. And
I
I
know.
think she would have if she wasn't babysitting an injury. This
Yeah.
was not the year that she was physically able to attempt that. But I do believe that if she was healthy, like the
That
previous,
she would have done
she
it.
would have.
Yeah.
I think she would have. Now I'm gonna throw that same thing out to you about Sydney. Sydney is not just the fastest in hurdles. Sydney is always on that Olympics 400. There's other races that she can race. I watched Sydney's her all the races running up to the trials. She was running the 200. She was running the 400. She was doing all that stuff to build her up to that. She can absolutely win more gold, I believe, or win a medal in something else. But we're not forcing her to do those things.
No,
And
we not even.
and we know that
Yeah.
because what we do know is, like, let's say for example, Little. I can't think of her first name, but Little tried to go out and do the 4 and the 2, and it cost her
Right.
on the 2. And the first thing that Sandra Richardson Ross said is that she's gonna rethink that, because she's gonna go back and think about all those races that she ran and that she didn't have it left in the tank to do that. So when you're going out there and you're trying to do multiple things, you got to remember, they ain't just gifting you to the finals because of what you had previously done in the season.
Right.
You got to run all those races, and that's a lot of time that takes. And so they're not willing to take that chance. And I'm gonna tell you who wasn't willing to take the chance: the winner of the 2. The winner of the 2 scratched and decided, I'm only focusing on the 200, because guess what? We got people like Sha'Carri Richardson trying to do 2 different events. I'm not willing to take those chances. And so, yeah, I mean, it is. What do you say is a business decision?
I know, but yeah, we went down a rabbit hole because my question was simply not who should be running what. Should the rules be changed? So you going down?
Yeah, I said
that's
that
another
right
episode. Yeah,
I said it right at the gate. Yeah, they should be changed. There's no way in the hell that thing mode shouldn't be in the 800.
So we all agree on that. So let's get to
Darren. I don't think we all agree. Darren didn't agree on that.
Darren said if it changes, it changes. He's fine. He's not.
I'm not gonna put up a fight for it. That's
right.
All.
So Darren, tell everybody where they can find you before you pop off, and don't leave us because we're gonna talk to you after the show.
You can find me on the social media
real show
at Darren Smith NFL on social media, and of course on the ship with Darren Smith on the weekends at KOKCRadio.com.
All right.
And let me just say this, guys.
You can hang out, Darren, because we're gonna go ahead. Tanisha, what you got? You getting ready to close us out?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, guys, get out there and watch Darren's show. Get out there and support. Darren, we can call him at any time, and Darren is ready to rock and roll. He's always on his game when it comes to knowledge of. Find him on social media. Listen to what he's saying. Go out there and check Darren out, because Darren has been doing this for a long time, and he deserves his props. So I'm letting y'all know, y'all need to get out there and follow this guy, because he ain't out there just talking outside his neck. He know what he's talking about, no matter what the sport is. Let's show some support for Darren.
All right, so I'm gonna close this out. And what I'm gonna close this out with, I didn't watch the debate. I watched clips. I couldn't do it because I didn't want to see either one, and we're not gonna talk about it. But I did see something after the debate that stuck with me, so I'm just gonna share this with everybody, and we're gonna leave it right there. Okay, it said, just because you think Alfred is too old to take care of the Batcave, you don't replace him with the Joker. Let that sink in. And until next time, everybody, please be kind, be blessed, vote. All of that is absolutely free. Love y'all. Peace.
You ain't never lied. That's a good one.
What to
drop that down in our stuff, because they need to see that again.
Yeah, I have to. I don't know who originally did it, whatever, but I just thought it was. I thought it was amazing. So again, I'm gonna say it one more time. Just because you think Alfred is too old to take care of the Batcave, you don't replace him with the Joker. I love you all. Once again, be kind, be blessed. Love you. Peace. Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems and a Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.